good to have you back.
So, coming up in June, like early June, late May, early June, is it's going to be my 6th year anniversary of when I joined Star Citizen and became a citizen, blah, 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 whatever, joined the verse, whatever you want to call it. When I first took the, when I decided to hit that pledge button for the first time. So, I thought, I was going to do this at 5 years, but I thought I didn't do it, and a lot has changed and kind of where we're at and everything. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people that have been backing this a lot longer than I have. So, I can't really speak to their perspective, but I mean, 6 years is a pretty long time to be back in a game that has not finished. I believe, maybe. But, yeah, basically what I was thinking I would want to do is just kind of share my experience and my thoughts, my details, what has happened in the past 6 years, because I was breaking down all my vehicles and, getting prepared for 4.8, which is going to go live in a few days. And it's wild because it was 3.8 when it was like 3.8 or 3.9 when I began 6 years ago. So it's kind of weird how that lined up, I mean, it's not like they have kept to the same patch sequence over the years where it would line up, but this year it did. So from 3.8 to 4.8 and everything in between, what I've seen, what I've been through, why I decided to back this game, and why I still play today, even with all the bugs and the craziness and everything like that. It's definitely not an experience for everyone right now. I wouldn't suggest everyone just jump in and start playing it. I guess, I mean, I can't really explain it better than I can just like demo it, demo it. So the whole reason I backed this game in the first place was because I was looking for a space game. Like, I was actually looking for a Star Wars game where you could land on a planet, get out, explore, get back in a ship and take off and go to a different planet, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I was looking for when I first found Star Citizen in 2018, 2019. Probably 2018, because I found it long before I decided to back. And it started with a Google search. I typed in space game that you can land on a planet, get out, walk around. And the first video I saw was like their sitcom from like, what was it, 2019? Or no, well, it would have been before. I don't know which one it was. It would have been before that, because it was like 2017 or 2018 when I found it. But they landed on, at the time, it was Delamar in the Stanton system. They landed on it with Cutlass Black, I think, and walked out, and I saw that at the time, and that blew my mind. I was like, whoa, what the hell is this? And then I did some more digging, kind of read some things and looked at some things, and then I found a couple of YouTube channels. I can't remember who they were or what they were doing. I saw one where they were walking around on ArcCorp and stuff. I was like, oh dude, that looks cool. It kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk a little bit. And that was before the game Cyberpunk came out. But yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. That's how I got into it originally. And I was also kind of new to streaming at the time, and I was like running out of stuff to stream in 2020. I had streamed like Far Cry and stuff like that, but I was getting old and getting boring, and I was like looking for something else to play while I streamed. And the day that I decided to buy my first Aurora package, that night I ended up, after I got into the game and kind of figured it out a little bit, that night I ended up streaming it for the first time. And I was very small, obviously. I maybe get like 1 or 2 viewers a night. Nothing major, nothing, you know. I did meet some cool people before Star Citizen, but I tell you what, that night changed my whole freaking streaming situation and everything, because I got rated by like a huge number of viewers from a Star Citizen streamer at the time named Sam I Am Phoenix. You might have heard of him. He's been kind of gone for a while, actually. It's weird. But yeah, he hit me with that first like enormous raid, and I wasn't ready for it. And it was like, God, it had to be 300 to 400 viewers that night. In fact, I don't know for sure, but I think Salty Mike was in there. I'm pretty sure he was in the chat, and that's the first time I heard that guy's name too. But anyway, I made some friends that night, you know, like a few. Chicken, him and I have been friends ever since, so like 6 years. We've been friends for like 6 years now. And I met a bunch of other people, and played with some of them stuck around, some of them moved on, but they were all just kind and good people, man. Like, it was awesome. So I remember exactly what I was doing. I was flying out of Hurston in a Star Lancer, or not a Freelancer, just like a regular Freelancer, because at the time that ship was like available to everybody. All I had was an Aurora, but I was flying a Freelancer, So anyways, the game that made that dream come true of like going to, seeing a planet and landing on it, getting out, driving around or walking around or whatever. I didn't even expect to be like using ground vehicles, even though, yeah, the ground vehicles suck, but we have them. This one's kind of cool though. It's a fun little thing. So, and then 6 years later, here I am on Bloom, Pyro 3, driving around this awesome planet. I love this planet, man. This planet's cool as hell. And God, been through so much, like that first year, I think everybody was telling me I need to get a Cutlass Black because I had a beard and I would make a good pirate. Like, dude, you need the Cutlass Black, And I was enjoying it even back then. I didn't have a good PC at the time. It was very, very basic setup, and somehow I was playing and streaming the game at the time. But I mean, there was only one system, and there was like 30 people in a lobby at the time, 30 to 60. I can't remember. I think it might have been 60. And it would, there was 30K crashes like every 10 to 20 minutes. It's just something that happened. But like, what kept me going was just the people, man. Like, the people is what kept me going, and the bugs and the glitches and every weird thing that ever happened. Like, I wish I had some recordings that I could pop in here. I don't think I do anymore. I think I deleted quite a bit of old recordings, but I mean, just a lot has changed since then, and I know we're not there yet. Like, we haven't reached the promised land yet, but I think in a big way we're getting somewhere. We're getting closer. So what's the negatives though? Like, how has this game impacted me negatively? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've had a lot of frustrating moments, I guess. I've spent more money than I've ever planned to spend on any video game ever. And I've invested a lot of time and effort and, you know, things into a game that is not finished. And really don't know when it's gonna be finished. But I still play. Why do I still play if it frustrates me and the bugs are bad and this, that, and the other? Why do I keep playing? You know? Why do I keep playing? I don't know how to answer that. I guess it's because there's just nothing else like it. There's nothing else like it. So, whether you knew or whether you have heard about it and never played it, whether you are on the edge, maybe you're on the edge, I don't know. I'm not saying that you should. Not yet. I won't suggest this game to anybody until it's done, until it's finished. But I will say this, if you got a pretty beefy PC already, doesn't have to be, but I mean, if you got, a decent PC at here in 2026 and you got an extra $45, and I mean, what do games cost nowadays anyway? I don't know. But I would wait for a freefly first. I would test it out. And if you're into it, yeah, I'd give it a try. I'd give it a shot. And so I think I wanted to make this video for that person, that person that isn't really sure if they want to dive into this crazy mess that we're in. Now, there's a lot of things that you need to know as a new, somebody that's new, especially today. But I mean, hell, I learn new shit all the time. Like a couple of years back, I learned who GrieferNet was. I learned that if you want to stream this game, you better freaking be careful. Because there's people like that want to just screw your day. I learned, God, just, a lot, man. And like, there's a lot of negative people, but there's also a lot of like positive people too. It's just like the world, man. It's good and bad. It's just good and bad all the way around. But, the closer we get to Squadron releasing, which was probably, we'll see. It's supposed to be the end of this year. But then they might start, putting all their effort into getting us the 1.0 for Star Citizen, which would be great. But they got a long ways to go, man. I mean, if that 1.0 is the plan, we're about maybe 60% there, maybe. I don't know. That's just from my own personal opinion. And it's like with 4.8, they're adding in ship insurance stuff, and we don't even have shuttles to get back to our ship. Like, I don't think all the gameplay mechanics are in place for something like that. Like, it's going to be frustrating, especially when like cosmetics are included in ship insurance. Like, that should never be the case. Your cosmetics should always be able to be used at any point in time because it doesn't affect gameplay. Like your paints, your bobbleheads, whatever. You should never have to worry about losing that. And in this new patch, you actually could lose that stuff unless they make some changes. They haven't yet, but I hope they do. Anyways, long story short, I guess over the past 6 years, I don't regret backing this game. I regret getting to the point of how much I have backed this game, but I don't regret backing the game. And, you know, it's, I have gained some of the most amazing friends, lifelong friends, like people that I'll be gaming with probably till I'm in my 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. I don't know how long I'll be around, but, you know, I built kind of a, you know, a small community on streaming and stuff, and met other streamers that have bigger communities, and, you know, it's been an experience, you know, especially with like the people, like meeting people. And I know a lot of people say that it's like, oh, the best community ever, blah blah blah. Maybe that's just because it is. I don't know. We're all passionate about and nerdy about space and space games, and, you know, the fact that there is something that exists that we can fly around and look, and, you know, look around and look at look that looks interesting. I can fly there and look at it. You know what I'm saying? I can fly up to it. I can experience it, you know. And that's kind of what I was doing today, because I was like, you know, I haven't taken the little mini go-kart out, or not, golf cart out, UTV, onto a planet yet. Like, I literally brought her up in my hangar and just left it in my hangar as like decoration. I was like, I'm gonna go take it down to Bloom and see what it does, planet side. And so that's what I was doing today. And I was like, shit, man. I was just kind of reflecting on all the times over the years that this game just lit something within me that just said, hey, look at that. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's all I really wanted to say. Was just after 6 years, and I know this is not a great video where there's not any flashy editing or any great takes or any kind of thing like that, but, you know, I just wanted to go over the last 6 years of being in Star Citizen and being a part of this insane, dramatic, crazy, opportunistic, not so great situation financially, you know, the way that, not so savory business practices, I guess, in a way, but, you know, this thing that we all keep freaking coming back to from time to time, or maybe just can't even leave at all because there's nothing else like it. Still wish spaceships were faster in this universe, but yeah, but there it is, you know, flying off a planet after driving around and then looking at it, you know, like, can't do it in real life. And I don't know any other game that offers that experience, just that experience alone, just being able to fly off a planet and travel to another one and fly down and land anywhere and go anywhere, and, you know, just that freedom. So this is where I'm gonna leave you. Hopefully it wasn't too long of a, it's not really a rant, it's an overview of my past 6 years in the verse. Weird timing for it. I know everybody's excited about the big ghost ship hanging over Area 18 right now. I didn't want to make that video because everybody else did, and if you want to see it, just go see it. Nothing's stopping you. So, all right, Y'all have a good one, and I guess here's to the next 6 years, right? Peace out, everybody.